All right, and try to make this quick. A few years back, I wrote a book, self published it. Some of you know that, a lot of you don't, because I'm not good at advertising, the marketing. I suck. Wasn't doing a good job of it because when I released it, I was still dealing with the traumas that were in it, and I just couldn't. But people have asked me to do a read, record myself reading, and post it. Yesterday, for the first time, I tried that. I tried a few times to read chapter one and do a summary of it afterwards, and it just didn't work. It triggered me. I got frustrated and I wanted a drink, so that's what I did. Went out last night, had a couple drinks. While I was out, this guy that I've been getting to know texted me and asked me if I wanted to go eat. I said, well, I'm already out, so I'll meet you somewhere. When I got to him, I let him know that I had had a couple drinks and I was feeling a little tipsy, so he invited me over to his place. I'm already triggered by the book. And so then he just triggered me a little bit more because never invited me over to his place before, and you want to invite me over for the first time after I tell you I'm a little tipsy. So got a little triggered, but I was trying not to really put that on him because he's been a gentleman this far. He hasn't tried nothing, no pressure, nothing. We good. So I went over there to his place. We're just sitting on the couch listening to music and talking, and he reached for my hand. I don't want to hold hands. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable because I'm still in my mind thinking about him inviting me over, and he's feeling hopeful is what I'm thinking. But at the same time, I'm trying not to because he hasn't tried anything. He's been a gentleman. So I pulled back. I didn't want to hold hands. Then he said he wanted a kiss. I don't want to do that either. So he kissed me on my cheek, and I'm watching him out the corner of my eye and still thinking about the fact that you done invited me over after I tell you I'm tipsy. At the same time, I'm trying not to because he's been good. He read my book before he approached me, so he know what I've been through. He knew how to approach me. He kind of knows how to deal with me, and he's been doing a good job of it. But at the same time, I'm still, I'm tipsy. And people who know me know that when I get a little tipsy, I want to play. I get a little rough play. And so I reached for his neck. I didn't squeeze, I just held on for a second. And he, kind of pulled back. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just playing, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna do nothing, I'm just playing with you. I just get a little rough when I'm tipsy, that's all. So a little poking at him, whatnot. And anyway, I ended up leaving. I came home. So he calls me this morning. He's doing a recap of last night. And he's like, I read your book, I know what you've been through and all this stuff. And, I'm just watching everything in real time as you're going through what you're going through last night. And I let him know. I was like, well, you triggered me by inviting me over when I was tipsy for the first time. He's like, I wasn't thinking that. I get that. I said, but I'm just telling you what I was going through, and I was trying to really deal with it. But at the same time, it was in my head, and I was frustrated, and I kind of wanted to take it out on you, but I didn't. I did good. So, I wanted to say that, we have our triggers, but we gotta just trying to deal with it. Sometimes it's a daily battle. It's not always one and done. We're over it, it happens, but I thank God for him and his patience, his kindness. He was good with it, he did good. But hey, triggers,